I like making stuff, I'm a maker. Chocolate just became something I guess I got a little bit obsessed about, and I thought, I can do this. I started looking around, and then a friend brought me back some chocolate, inverted commas, from Oaxaca, which is a very foodie part of Mexico. It was the big, roughly ground chocolate that they use for making moles, their chocolate sauces. So it was chocolate, but it didn't taste like chocolate that I was expecting. So it was quite hard to find out any information at all. It was like a secret society, and it was this huge mystery. How do you make chocolate? By the time I'd started investigating, started thinking about it, it's a lot of money I have to invest to get it up and running. And that is a bit scary, but I always think if I didn't do it, I'd be really kicking myself, and in 2 years' time, if someone else started it and they made a success of it, I'd be thinking, but that was my idea. Well, the first challenge was the sourcing the beans. Single origin is the point of making craft chocolate. It's to really find different cocoa beans from different parts of the world. So this is how they've arrived. Someone will go through these and sort them out before we roast them. There are beans around the Pacific that are really worth exploring, mainly from Papua New Guinea, and I get one lot from Samoa. I've gone and visited the people who are growing the beans, is trying to support the small farmers, not buying plantation grown beans, which means sometimes the quality can vary a little bit more, but I mean the villages where I get my beans, they've got no running water, they've got no electricity, they're very poor. So if I can buy the beans from them, give them a little bit of a better price for their beans, then they've got some more money to put back into their communities. The very first step in the process is sort the beans out and pick out funny bits and pieces. So these are beans we're not going to roast.
Right.
Because they're too thin, they're all manky and they're broken.
And you have to pick these out by hand?
Yes, we go through by hand, we sort by hand, we do pretty much everything by hand. I've been making chocolate for about 3 years. I spent quite a bit of time experimenting at home before I started making it commercially. This is the 70% Samoan chocolate that I make. The Samoa bean is a softer, milder, more caramelly flavoured bean. This, the Papua New Guinea bean, has more fruity berry notes. The flavours can be different. They are going to vary from harvest to harvest. One farm might make the bean that they grow this year might be a little bit different to the bean they grow next year. What you should do, and I'd recommend starting with the Papua New Guinea, is smell it, obviously, and then let it melt a wee bit in your mouth and then eat it. And with a stronger chocolate, you get a longer flavour. I make an 88% of Papua New Guinea, the same bean as this, and it takes ages for the flavour to come through. This flavour is coming quite quickly. But the 88%, people go, oh yeah, because all the men like to try the 88%. There's more acidity in the chocolate. Just right at the end, you start getting that raisiny flavour coming through. A few more people just started recently making craft chocolate, but one of the guys apparently has built one of these grinders himself. This is called a Krankenstein. It's actually made in the States, and it is designed for crushing wheat for beer makers. That's what we use for, but that's been modified. The 3 rollers inside have been set at slightly different
So it's a roll cracking. There's a roller that's doing the cracking. Good.
So what Hannah's going to do is actually crack the beans now, because to go through the winnow, which is what she's going to do next, they need to be cracked so as to loosen the hull. So this is a kind of vacuum system. The beans are going to go in there. There's a sucker from the vacuum. This is an old mincer from a Kenwood mixer. So it just drops the beans down at a steady rate. This is sort of a vortexy kind of system, so the beans swirl around there, and then the lighter husk is sucked off into here.
Yeah, well, if it works, it works.
The chocolate I'm making at the moment is the Samoan chocolate, and we put the organic sugar in that. I have found the organic sugar to be a little bit too molassesy. It's not refined as much as normal cane sugar. I don't put anything else in. There's no soy less, there's no emulsifier. Most chocolate that you buy in the supermarket has got vanilla added as well. And vanilla is a very nice flavouring in chocolate, but it does tend to mask the flavour. This has just got plain cocoa nibs in here that you can see some that haven't mixed in quite enough. This is both grinding and eventually it'll conch, which is not being refined so much. The particle size isn't being reduced, but they're being kind of massaged together, so they kind of roll around each other and soften up, and you get more of that nice soft mouthfeel. So I put the sugar in 2 stages, because otherwise, if I just dumped all the sugar in here, the whole thing would probably just get into a big lump.
I'm tempering, which means you take the chocolate which has come from the grinder conchas and you heat it up and you cool it slowly, and it gets all the fat molecules in the right order so that it gets glossy and crisp when you break it open.
Next step is we're actually shifting premises. We're going to move a little bit closer to town so people can come in. There'll be windows into the chocolate making area so people can actually see what we're doing, see how the process works, see how simple it is.
We often discuss new flavours and stuff that could happen, and with the new cafe openings I have a lot of ideas in that too. It's so amazing to see people's reactions.
Maybe you get to an age where you think, I don't want to work for someone else. You can work for yourself doing all sorts of things, but for someone like me, I like making stuff. So the other thing that I really like is the fact that I can start a business, and I've now got 2 people working for me. That's just part-time, but that will grow. I love the fact that I can start from scratch and make a product that people want to buy, that's worth buying, and that I can employ people.
Today, we discovered a little chocolate maker, a little bean to bar chocolate maker, where Liz has gone off to Papua New Guinea to go and find beans, cocoa beans, and bring it back to New Zealand so that she can make chocolate that's nowhere else to be found in the world. And she's doing it with 2 of her best friends. She's doing it in a little kitchen behind a construction shop, and it's phenomenal. It's something that's precious. It's something that's a real diamond in the rough. You too can become part of this journey. Come help us. Let's celebrate these businesses together. Donate to our site, www.forwardtofavour.com, and we will bring you more of these exciting programs.